For the past 35 years, I've been traveling all over the world, learning and studying about health, healing, personal growth, peak performance, and change. I've been working with entrepreneurs, business people, health and healing. I've been working in the area of peak performance and personal excellence. Now, normally you would think that each of these is very different. And in order to create the results that you want, that you would have to use very different approaches. I was absolutely totally amazed that I found that all of life's challenges are caused by energy blockages. Now let me go over this model with you. Now you can see that I've spent a lot of years in art school. Anyway, let's take a look at this being above the ground, and the above the ground is your conscious mind, what is visible, what you see in life. This is what's apparent. And let's look at below the ground, this line and below, as the unconscious mind. And this is what is not seen. It's very hard and challenging to look into this area unless you can read energy patterns or use your intuition to tune into the energy the way I do. With most situations, people are looking at the results. This is where their focus is. I want these results, or I'm not getting the results that I want. So what happens, people will focus here on what is visible, what is apparent. For me, I don't even look here. It's like, thank you very much for sharing, that's interesting. But the minute someone comes to me, where I start focusing is in the opposite end, the taproot. Now, if you're cutting off a weed and you want to kill a weed, destroy it, you don't chop it off at the top. That's not going to do anything. You don't even chop it off in the middle. And you don't even chop it off at the level of the ground. Even if you cut off part of the root system, it's still not going to destroy the weed. Only when you get this taproot will you actually destroy the weed. Now, for humans, working in the area of looking at the results, or the symptoms as the medical profession would say, will not lead to a lot of results. It'll give you an indication of what's possibly there, but it's not going to take you to the root cause. For me, I look at this information, I say, very interesting, thank you very much for sharing. However, where my immediate focus is, where I tune in, is not here. I'm looking down here to the root cause, the taproot. Now this key can be caused by a shock, a trauma, a loss, a move, a negative attitude, a belief system. It could be caused by just about anything. The good news is that once this can be identified and brought to a person's attention, then what happens, it naturally releases. Now, the other good news is that when it does release, the energy starts to flow almost immediately. Now, I can bring a person to this point, I can bring the information to them. They still have the responsibility for changing. They still have the responsibility of changing whatever is going on in their life and improving their life and carrying through. By reading the energy patterns and using intuition, this whole process can be done in a matter of minutes.